After beating Lingao Yuan badly earlier today, his serves were a big part of that.
1-0.
You've got an aggressive, very strong third ball attack, and a good serve. That's an excellent combination to have.
1-0.
Smart use of the long push from Mizutani deep into the backhand to break a service point. Jun Mizutani with a pretty strong backhand in this rally, but still, he's a forehand dominant player. And as a left-handed player who's forehand dominant, we're going to see him run around the corner a lot. And Sangsu playing wide out to the forehand is going to be to his advantage. It's how Koki Niwa beat Shushin, despite them both being left-handed players.
2-0.
And a beautiful backhand again, aggressively here with the angle cross court. Jun Mizutani to take the point. And the score had been mismarked for a moment, 3-1.
1-4.
Jun Mizutani catching that, and both players agreeing that the score had been put down incorrectly. Now a 4-1 lead for Jun Mizutani.
4-2.
Now every player, I'd say every player has a different personality. These are both fighters in different ways. Friendly players off the court, for sure. Jun Mizutani never gives up. Sangsu has so much power on both sides.
5-2.
I think one of the best gestures I've seen from Jun Mizutani was after losing to Harimoto badly. Congratulated him and patted him on the back. Very graceful loser.
2-6.
So humble in defeat and in victory. Again, Jun Mizutani, 9-time national champion, beating Kiyoshi Sato, the 8-time national champion who held the record before him. There's the power on the backhand from Sangsu. Well-placed serve, Jun Mizutani, even with the opening, not strong enough to deter the third ball attack.
6-4.
Now, these tight serves that Sangsu is using are going to be very effective. Again, he's strong over the table, dangerous from anywhere on the court. With the touch play, it's going to force Jun Mizutani to get pretty clever.
Left. 6-4.
Sometimes dead serves, less rotation, will earn a popped up ball. And then a heavy underspin to follow the dead one.
7-4.
Again, after a let service clips the net, the next serve you have, it's a good opportunity to fool the opponent. The similar motion. Net recovery. Sangsu with a brilliant shot, but the inside-out forehand of Mizutani finishes the point. That ball right there, so difficult to keep in play. Now again, the left-handed player in table tennis will have an advantage. Everything is the opposite of what a right-handed player is used to playing against, or any player for that matter.
Five, 8.
Quick reactions and calm play from Sangsu. This ball right there, very difficult to recover, played to the middle.
Left. 5-8.
Perfect placement, Mizutani blocking it wide out to the forehand. These are the types of points that we love.
9-5.
Really just undying efforts from both sides, sending each other chasing. We still haven't seen Mizutani off the table, and if he can do anything about it, he's going to stay right in near the table where he's most effective. And he does. Forces his opponent back.
10-5.
5 game points for Jun Mizutani. Well-placed parallel backhand into the backhand corner.
10.
Lee Sangsu saves a game point. Hesitation for a moment when he pulls back for the forehand. The heavy backspin wins the point for Jun Mizutani. 11-6, game 1 to Japan's Jun Mizutani, and we'll be back for game 2, Lee Sangsu versus Jun Mizutani right after this.
Second game, serve Mizutani, 0-0.
Game number 2, Jun Mizutani in black on the serve. Lee Sangsu of Korea on the receive. Now, if Jun Mizutani wins this match, he will hold up to the seedings. Being one of the top 4 seeds in this tournament, making it into the semifinals is expected. Fired up Lee Sangsu, starting strong. Jun Mizutani a little bit behind the table, needs to get in early in the morning. Dangerous long serve into the backhand side. Clever use of the placement and the fast long serve. It's difficult to do a parallel serve. I mean, it's so rare that we see 2 right-handed players ace each other down the line, but it's 2 fast long serves into the backhand in a row from Lee Sangsu. The risks have paid off. The bold play. You know, Fang Bo, before his injury in his match against Kazuhiro Yoshimura, said 3 in a row long at deuce.
1-4.
And ended up winning the match 14-12 in game 7. Now, Jun Mizutani, and all of his experience, it's easy to get comfortable when you're better than almost everybody in the world from no matter where you are on the court. But when you come up to the big Chinese top 4, having a very discouraging record, it really forces you to think about your game and what needs to change. Excellent inside-out forehand there from Lee Sangsu. Well-placed pendulum serve, mostly side, a little bit of top, and it comes back pushed long. And even though Jun Mizutani misses that shot, you can understand that he understands the importance of having a backhand near the table and staying aggressive. With the power that Lee Sangsu has, it'll be very difficult for Jun Mizutani from off the table.
3-6.
Clever idea, the parallel backhand down the line and open up wide with the forehand. Again, explosive power, but that ball has to come down first. I think we're going to get to see some outstanding rallies in this match.
6-5.
But consistency is going to have to improve. Lee Sangsu was up by quite a bit, I believe 6-2, and just lost the last 3 points in a row.
All.
Now, one thing that Jun Mizutani does extremely well is play the ball with touch to precision. Over the table with soft hands, leaves it right at the baseline of the table. Lee Sangsu, very uncomfortable shot to play that aggressively. Lee Sangsu with a lot of power, but if he can sometimes generate a lot of spin and slow it down to set it up, might be a better investment. Well-placed push.
6-7.
Strong receive in the first point and the last 5 for Lee Sangsu. Again, a parallel backhand, big shot for Lee Sangsu. It's been very effective. Grabbing the steering wheel once again. He's got 2 serves here now and a 2-point lead. Out of all the ingredients that Lee Sangsu has to make him so threatening, his fast footwork in Germany was so clear. Again, the power coming from the legs in table tennis. Let service.
Left. 8-7.
Outstanding play from Mizutani, forcing Lee Sangsu to rush the shots. Early in this point, big attack. It's a difficult ball to play from the middle with the forehand, Lee Sangsu, but it costs him a little bit of time. Suddenly he's behind the table and Mizutani stays close. Well placed onto the body as well. Mizutani turning the corner, using the parallel shot. Lee Sangsu having to cover that inside-out forehand, wide to the forehand. Creates an opening for Jun Mizutani.
Eight, 10.
So that's 4 in a row from down 6-8, and Jun Mizutani now with 2 game points. Quickly cleaning the table, his arm in his face with the same towel. Beautiful time to change it up.
9-10.
Difficult ball to play down the line with the forehand from over the table. Very flexible wrist from Lee Sangsu. 1 game point saved. Ganbare from the crowd cheering for Jun Mizutani. Oh, fast long serve into the backhand, and Mizutani stays cool, handles it, and brings it back. What a difficult receive, but a clutch play, and a 2-game lead now, 2-0 for Jun Mizutani over Lee Sangsu in front of the home crowd. We'll be back for game 3 right after this.
Serve game. Serve lead. 0-0.
Back for game number 3, Lee Sangsu starting off with the serve.
One, 0.
Fired up again at the start. Backed off the table, but quick to get the attack back in. Even on the move, staying aggressive.
Let. 1-0. 0-2.
Now, I talked earlier about how Lee Sangsu, it could be very valuable for him to play some slower, spinnier shots. Sometimes take a little pace off because he does have a lot of power and quite an aggressive game. Here he spins more, pays off.
0-3.
It's all part of the balance. Of course, hitting a very aggressively spinny shot doesn't have to have as much forward motion on it, but still the racket head, getting a lot of racket speed at the point of contact, can really put a lot of pressure on your opponent to control the ball. Little break off the top of the net, some fortune for Lee Sangsu. Again, the crowd behind Jun Mizutani here, but not a point yet in game 3 for Jun Mizutani. So a little bit about the history between these two. I told you Jun Mizutani's won all 3 of their encounters head-to-head. The last time they played was at the Asian Cup in 2016. It was a 4-1 victory in the final for Jun Mizutani. Not once has Mizutani lost more than a game. 4-1, 4-1, and 4-0 against Lee Sangsu. Inside out forehand and still not a point dropped. Solid start, but about halfway through the game. Patiently waiting. Turns the upper body, lets the right arm drag behind a little bit to play that open angle wide to the forehand of Mizutani. Well placed shot from Mizutani, forcing Lee Sangsu off balance from the middle. And even though Lee Sangsu misses that shot, I think it's the right shot to go for down the line with the forehand. Once again, the decision seemed good. Lee Sangsu coming rushing back into the table, patiently tried to spin the ball. Mizutani really changing it up, pinning the backhand and changing the pace on that last ball, leaving some side spin on it near the back of the table. Putting Mizutani in the middle, tempting him for that turnaround forehand, baiting him with the shot. So interesting watching. You feel like Lee Sangsu taking that shot, leaving the table completely wide open. Has to be so precise with his forehand attack for Jun Mizutani not to put it back down. Ooh, kicking long serve, a jumping ace. It's quite rare to see in table tennis. Look at how deep on the table that ball is. Mizutani coming down near his side first.
9-3.
This is a serve we see from more of the top Chinese players. The racket head coming up and doing the reverse pendulum motion, coming around the outside of the ball. Mizutani's developed some serves in the last few years. We've seen that one a little bit more.
Ten-3.
Heavy top and side spin. It's 7 game points for Lee Sangsu.
4-10.
Tries the parallel heavy spin shot. Game point saved by Mizutani. Takes a little bit off, slows down, changes the rhythm of the game, and 11-4, Lee Sangsu with his first game in this match. Will be back for game 4. Stay right here. Come back for game number 4. A little bit about how these players got here. Jun Mizutani in the opening round beat Bastian Stega from Germany 4-1. Following that, Sweden's Christian Karlsson 4-1. Lee Sangsu in the opening round beat Omar Asar of Egypt and Lingao Yuan of China.
0-1.
Beautiful shot right at the white of the line. Tough to tell how much of that was side spin. Looked like it caught the edge of the table, like Jun Mizutani pointed. Typical reaction when the ball catches the edge. Power for power, Jun Mizutani from off the table takes the points.
1-all.
I had a feeling early in the match that we would see Jun Mizutani off the table more if he started losing games. Going back to what's comfortable.
2-1.
But he's still at a 67% success rate right now, staying close to the table as far as winning games goes. Point-wise, coming into this game, Lee Sangsu actually leading. I take that back, they're dead even coming into this game. 26 points each. So even though Jun Mizutani is leading in games, quite an even battle.
1-3.
Lee Sangsu trying to pump himself up out here. Some players play a little bit better when they vocalize. Harimoto for sure, Sakura Mori. Beautiful backhand off the bounce.
1-4.
Now, as far as how many tasks are going on in the mind of the players right now, watch Lee Sangsu takes that backhand and already starts to turn the corner because he knows where the ball is likely to come back to. Combination he's familiar with. A little bit off the top of the net, but a strong opening backhand from Mizutani. Light backspin. Ball floats back a little bit long. Strong opening backhand. At 28 years old, Mizutani's been on the top of the game for Japan for quite some time. We'll see what innovations he brings. A lot of pressure coming up. The Japanese National Association has been putting incredible amounts of effort into Tokyo 2020. Not just from a presentation standpoint, but their players. Both men and women developing a lot of young players.
3-5.
The adrenaline right now from Lee Sangsu is running high.
Let 3-5.
Strong backhand again, bold play, the long serve inviting the opening attack and coming back with a closed counter.
4-5.
Really had to get the shoulder down to stay on top of the ball, that left shoulder of Mizutani. No, gotta love it. Jun Mizutani clearly doesn't, but wow, the power from both sides as a spectator. One of the most powerful points we've seen yet. Look at this. Just on occasion, that's slow motion. Finally tries to bend it out to the forehand as Lee Sangsu turns the corner. It's extra pressure from Mizutani. Over the table, the flip kill. It's been a while since we've seen it. I talked about it before the match started, but Lee Sangsu pulling it out here. Looks so effortless from him. Footwork, balance.
What? 5-7.
Well played from Mizutani. Deep into the corner. Second towel break of the game. And the underdog, Lee Sangsu, leading by 2. Right back into the corner, staring down the coach. His own, of course, sharing the moment. Respect for your elders in Korean culture, very, very prevalent. And you see that in the relationship between the players and the coaches. That's going to be a difficult ball falling back. Heavy topspin from Mizutani, and on one foot, Lee Sangsu tries the hooking counter to the backhand side. See him shadow rehearsing there, trying to cover the ball. That's the game we're used to seeing Mizutani playing, but Lee Sangsu having to work so hard to back Mizutani off the table. Inside out shot immediately puts Mizutani into the fishing game, unless he counters that to the short side of the table, which is just incredibly risky. Something we'd see maybe from Ma Long or Fan Zhendong. Oh, fooled him completely. The full arm stroke. Lee Sangsu with a tornado of a forehand. And considering where he contacted that ball, it's even more crazy. 4 game points for Lee Sangsu to tie it up. Soft block into the body, and Lee Sangsu 11-6 outscores Mizutani to tie it up at 2 games apiece. We'll be back for game 5 to see who takes the lead right after this. Back for game number 5, and the crowd timidly started to cheer for Jun Mizutani.
0-0.
And now there's less hesitation there from the crowd, trying to will their player into the semifinals.
1-0.
But as far as willpower and firepower goes, the more motivated player appears to be Lee Sangsu, according to the last 2 games' results.
Net 1-0. One all.
Little fortune there for Mizutani. Breaks the first 2 points, gets one of them. And the edge comes right back. Table tennis karma, the ball is round, they say. And rounder than it used to be, for that matter. The new D40 Plus, players are very happy with. Ball also breaks a lot less out here. Deceptive serve from Mizutani.
2-0.
Oh, after all that, ball slows down on the
3-2.
top of the net, and Mizutani with the opening goes just long. It's often very difficult to see how much spin is still on the ball after it bites the net. Oh, beautiful backhand.
2-4.
Sangsu on his way up in the world. This is a big match for him. Again, as you climb in the world rankings, there are fewer and fewer people to really steal points from. This is a Platinum Tour event, the highest caliber on the World Tour, so it's bonus points in the world ranking system. Look at that power from Mizutani. A forehand to finish it with Lee Sangsu off the table. Both of these
3-4.
players just keep pushing each other higher and higher. If I had to guess who, for me, I feel like Lee Sangsu just has more power in general. That last shot from Mizutani, though, in the rally before, so powerful. This is the first time we've seen Lee Sangsu play the ball intentionally off his head. Between points, of course, just to try and relax for a moment. Regroup his thoughts, maybe.
5-4.
It's easy, you can see that Lee Sangsu is very fired up. He's been very excitable out here, and excited indeed. But keeping the head cool while the body's so hot. There's so much adrenaline pumping through. Quite important.
4-6.
Again, he's got that versatile forehand. It's difficult to tell where he's going to go, and Mizutani backing off the table. Forced into a flat shot out of desperation on the forehand side. I think the term forced is
5-6.
maybe a little bit strong. When you think about the top Chinese players in the world, they seem to be able to keep topspin on the ball no matter how short the stroke. They don't resort to a flat shot almost ever because it's just less likely to go in. If you have the strength, keep spin on the ball. At least some. Risky serve, fast and long into the backhand. Surprise for Lee Sangsu. It's tied up at 6 points each. It's amazing how important the Olympic Games are, thinking about the cycle. We've already started the new cycle and just thinking where Jun Mizutani will be. What, 31 years old at that point? Think about the squad that follows behind. Right now, both of the Yoshimura brothers making a case. Case to be selected, but again, Jun Mizutani at the top of the game steps into the lead here.
6-7.
At the back of the table, Mizutani with the surprises, keeping Lee Sangsu from exploding on the ball. Until that point, of course.
7-0.
One more time here. Push comes a little bit too long. Just enough for Lee Sangsu to open up with the forehand. It's not the first time we've seen that pendulum serve be very well disguised. Mizutani, much like Ma Long, able to vary his spin subtly. Dima as well, actually. That pendulum serve is very effective.
8-0.
You see the stress starting to build as the crowd continues to cheer for Mizutani.
Play.
Players warned to play, not to take too much time between points. No delaying the game. Forced into a chop block on the backhand side. As strong as Mizutani's touch is, I just don't see him execute that shot so regularly. He's very good at keeping it deep on the table with spin. Heavy topspin, that is. fooled. Lee Sangsu going with the head fake and playing it down the line with the backhand. One more time serve. Actually holds pretty still, holds himself. Just seemed like the more obvious choice would have been to go cross court. Steps in and plays it deep into the backhand. It's a head fake fake. False alarm on my part. And the Mizutani game from off the table, forced into fishing, and Lee Sangsu with the power takes it 11 points to 8. 3 games in a row, and Mizutani's in some hot water. We'll see what happens. Game 6. You don't want to miss it. Stay right here. Back for game number 6. Lee Sangsu of Korea leading 3 games to 2 after being down 0-2. Again, the history suggests that Lee Sangsu should have very little chance out here, but right now he's 1 game away from doing the unthinkable.
1-0.
Difficult place for Jun Mizutani to be. Lee Sangsu with the opening attacks. Mizutani knows he needs to stay close. He gets into the fishing game. His odds go way down, but he just needs to get in the point first, so his touch needs to be so good on that receive. Lee Sangsu with the serve. It gave Lin Gaoyuan trouble earlier today. And he extends so well over the table. Mizutani setting up for the ball on the other side. There's a lot of conversation about the amount of effort and preparation in, of course, China and Japan for the Olympic cycle coming up. But if Lee Sangsu continues this performance, Jung Young-sik, having played the way he did in the Olympic Games, if his wrist recovers and he's playing world top 10 table tennis, Korea might have some shots too. I don't think anyone ever thinks of Korea as less than top 4 in the world for teams, not any time in recent years.
3-2.
But Japan has definitely been thought of as the stronger national association. And the results would support that. Jun Mizutani fighting here. Well played right on the body. Third ball attack, setting it up, getting in early, taking control.
2-4.
Little shorter stroke from Mizutani. He finishes after he contacts the ball and pulls back to get ready for the rally. Service placement. Look one more time here. A little bit shorter. When they first started using this ball, it took some adjusting. Players over the table found that the ball did stay short in the push game. This time a stronger receive, but still Lee Sangsu anticipates well and follows with the backhand. It's not an easy ball to counter. Mizutani so strong in that opening. Just has to surprise Lee Sangsu. Very rare to hear someone make so much noise
5-4.
and disappointment, especially Lee Sangsu. This is a player who knows he got a shot that he could handle and didn't handle it. pressure on Mizutani to try and take it that early, especially when he's got Lee Sangsu behind the table. It's a soft shot, strong backhand. Ironically, it's the forehand that falls flat in that point. Big backhand from off the table. Mizutani was in trouble in that point. He knew it and quickly escaped with a risky shot. Very rare to see Jun Mizutani go that big on the backhand side from way off the table.
Net 5-6.
Well placed into the body.
6-0.
Creating these openings forces Mizutani to try and cover the wide forehand. And Lee Sangsu plays it more to the middle, behind the momentum into the body. Second towel break of the game, and they're dead even. At least in points. What a receive, the backhand right at the baseline of the table. Lee Sangsu so crafty in the short game. Mizutani with the long serve trying to surprise Lee Sangsu. But Lee Sangsu staying so cool. We got a timeout now for Jun Mizutani to talk to Coach Q, as they say in Japan. Originally from China, Cho, a service master, played at the highest level. Defensive timeout. Mizutani has lost the lead. We don't see so many timeouts at this point. Will not come down top edge of the racket, and Mizutani ties it up, coming out of the timeout with some momentum.
7-0.
A little bit of Mizutani mojo now. Oh, beautiful receive. The backhand burns him cross court. It's just the same. They're looking at a mirror here. A right-handed player versus a left-handed player, and a full swing there. Tip of the racket down, tucks and snaps out. See the amount of demand that puts on the shoulder as well for Mizutani. Patiently played and loaded with spin. Mizutani 2 points away from game 7. Lee Sangsu 4 points away from the semifinals. See the frustration starting to build. Lee Sangsu has already outperformed every match he's played against Jun Mizutani in his career on the World Tour. But it's not enough.
10-7.
To be the giant slayer, you must slay giants. It's in the name. Jun Mizutani with 3 game points.
Let 10-7.
Beautiful shot from the back of the table. Mizutani with the forehand in full effect. We are going to a 7th and deciding game, and the crowd wouldn't want it any other way considering the way it's gone for the last 3 games before this. Jun Mizutani of Japan versus Lee Sangsu of Korea. Get comfy, call your friends, and tell them what's up, because game 7's coming up shortly. Stay right here. A warm welcome for game number 7 for Jun Mizutani. Wins the first 2 games, loses the next 3, wins game 6. And the crowd watches with excitement to see one of their countrymen move on to the men's singles semifinals.
7th game, serve Lee, 0-0.
So Lee Sangsu will start 7th game here with the serve. Break off the top of the net for Mizutani.
0-1.
Crowd oos for a minute and quickly starts to applaud the excitement of their player getting the point. Look at this backhand, some side spin on it as well. Mizutani bringing some new weapons to the table. This match, I feel like we've seen more backhands from Jun Mizutani. He's really added a new element to his game. He's talking with some president of the JTTA, for that matter, about the backhand of the modern game. Especially as a left-handed player who has a history of being forehand dominant. To develop your backhand, Marcos Freitas knew this, developed his backhand, became world top 10. We see it all over, even Matthias Carlsen. People think of his forehand because of the short pips, but his backhand is outstanding. Once again, the backhand of Mizutani down the line is where it's at.
Free.
I think the backhand, not only of Mizutani, but Kazuhiro Yoshimura, just amazing. You'll see more and more of that on the World Tour over the years, I believe.
Let 1 free.
Wow, what a point. Again, pushed back, the serve drifts too long, and Mizutani with the strong opening puts Lee Sangsu immediately in defense, and as soon as he has a chance to turn, comes right back in with that full swinging forehand. I don't think I can recall a point that Jun Mizutani has won fishing, except for when he countered and came back with a quick attack. The fishing is going to be too tough with Lee Sangsu's power and placement. Short stroke backhand, and Lee Sangsu with 2 points to tie it up. Threes all across the scoreboard. Well-placed serve, nothing too fancy about it. Good old subtle contact on the pendulum serve, well-placed. But the last time out, this is what I thought Jun Mizutani would have been told to do. Wow, right at the back of the table. This is an incredibly difficult shot. Muscling it out and spinning it up. Few centimeters above the height of the table. Don't know if we'll get a look from the side of Mizutani, but this ball barely comes off the back edge. So 2 serves converted to points, and now it's Lee Sangsu's turn to try and do the same. And he does at the back of the table. Heavy spin. Again, trading in some of that power for spin is often a wise trade. A little bit off the edge, but a beautiful shot once again. This could be 2 major tournaments in a row for Lee Sangsu to be playing a semifinal. He did it at the World Championships, which was huge for Korea. The receive game again, Jun Mizutani, that subtle pendulum serve. A little bit difficult to read.
6-5.
Looks like mostly side spin. A little bit of top spin on it, and it's popped up. Backhand city, 2 in a row here. Jun Mizutani opening up cross court. And again,
5-7.
cat and mouse, it's a chase game out here. Mizutani leading by 2. Since 1-3, it's been happening every 2 points. It's really all it takes to finish the match. But for the heart rate of everybody here in the crowd from Japan, they might ask the favor that Jun Mizutani win by more than 2 points. Wow, what a counter on the forehand side as well with an explosive backhand from Lee Sangsu cross court.
Lee Sangsu.
And we got the timeout for Lee Sangsu now. Spinny ball, quick play, demanding that Lee Sangsu squat and try to play that back down the line. Coach Q in the corner for Japan. Lee Sangsu with his coach in the corner as well. Didn't sound like a lot of conversation. Sometimes tactically, just sort of, as we say, icing the kicker, breaking the momentum anyway, slowing down the person who starts to run off can be important. Tactically speaking, for Lee Sangsu, trying to think what has been most effective for him in the serve game. It's been a while since we've seen him take a backhand receive from over the table, come in for the Chiquita. But it's his second serve right now.
5-8.
And Mizutani covering again with the backhand. The pressure, just amazing.
9-5.
He opens with the spinny shot from below the table, covers the middle. Mizutani working so hard to get the first attack, now has a 4-point lead. The shot was there.
9-6.
We see this a lot, players getting excited to finish. Try to do a little bit more with it. Not so quick, almost there. Lee Sangsu, very focused, looking to get in. There it was, the Chiquita, but anticipated well. Mizutani blocks it back to the backhand side of the table. It's a 4-point lead, and it's 4 match points for Jun Mizutani to live up to his seeding and make it to the Final Four. Inside out forehand does not come back. That was a huge stroke. If Mizutani blocks that ball back onto the table, Lee Sangsu is going to have a lot of trouble recovering for another shot. The crowd behind Mizutani, 3 match points left. Wow, gutsy serve, deep into the backhand side. I mean, your life is on the line here, and so is your serve. The baseline and near the sideline. This is what it takes, the bold play in the high pressure moments. So with the third towel break of Game 7, Jun Mizutani will have 2 serves if he needs them both. The calm Lee Sangsu. Forehand flipping a follow-up backhand. Could hear the crowd gasping at this shot. Look at these unbelievable shots. So wide. But the job is not done yet. For neither player, Lee Sangsu has not tied it up. And even if he does, he hasn't finished the match. And Mizutani with 1 more match point.
Lead.
Lead service. Lead service under pressure. Ooh, the backhand backhand from the back of the table. Lee Sangsu, 4 match points in a row have been saved against the 4th seed Jun Mizutani. This is anybody's match now. The momentum is on the side of Lee Sangsu, but mentally he has to stay focused. He's made it this far, but it's not over. Oh, the forehand goes long, tries to play it to the middle of the table, takes a little bit of length off, a huge point for Jun Mizutani. To reduce in the 7th, and this ball here is not an easy ball. Solid receive from Mizutani to keep it low to the net and over the table still. A 5th match point for Jun Mizutani. He's in. Jun Mizutani, world rank number 6, is moving on to the men's singles semifinal, and the crowd getting up on their feet. Look at this, what a performance from the Japanese player. And the crowd will be alive, absolutely, for the singles semifinals on the men's side of the game. Mizutani saving it after a 10-6 lead had gone back. Lee Sangsu, what a match, but he could not do it. The 9-time Japanese national champion, the legend of Japan, Jun Mizutani, at 28 years old, still has it and will be fighting against some of the world